Well, look who's back. And can you guess what the problem is? My name is Jesby. This is my tech department. Los geht's.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
So this is Dory. She is a summer 2000-2001 DV Plus iMac G3 with FireWire ports and everything. And she's one of 4 iMacs I have here in the tech department, and one of 2 that have the dreaded slot loading DVD player. Why are these terrible? Well, if you remember many years back, if you're a long-term follower of this channel, I had a very similar model. I had Ruby, who is a ruby red iMac, and her DVD drive was sticking. You put a DVD in, but you couldn't get it out. Now, in that video, I tried to fix it and I managed more or less, but honestly, the video could be better. It was one of my early videos, and I thought it'd be nice to return to it with Dory here and see if we can fix the same problem and actually film what I did, because, yeah, we'll talk about that later. So come with me as we take this machine apart, see if we can fix that DVD drive, and let's see if we can learn a little more about the iMac G3 Summer 2000 or 2001, I forget which one, DV Plus. Come on. This is very familiar to anyone who has an Apple computer of this era or later. These drives are pretty terrible. Eventually they stop taking in the disk that well, and they certainly don't want to give it out easily either. Just take a look here. Come on. Come on. Yeah, just about. So here we are, we've got Dory on the table here, and we're going to get into it fairly easily. Now, first thing I'll need to do actually is put a pillow down, so let's get a pillow. I'm going to do that because the CRTs are very delicate, so I'm going to do this, and that. Lovely. Now the tube's protected from getting scratched. So, there are lots of things we need to do. I mean, this is how new this is, by the way. The plastic is still on this. Cool as that. But I have to unlock various bits of the machine. So let's get a screwdriver. Maybe we'll do first one. There you go, the other. Right. We're going to just unlock it, because I want to just lock. 2 sticks of RAM. Nice. No airport card though. For these machines, it is very easy to upgrade things. So you put your RAM in here. You've got an airport card. Let me show you. So let's start at the back of the machine, like I said. And yeah, we'll just take a quick look in here. So that's unlocked. And voila. Here is your sticks of RAM. Now the machine can only take 2 sticks of RAM, which is unfortunate. But it can also take an airport card if you were so inclined. It also gives us a chance just to take a quick look at what's in there. And it all looks pretty good. But to get the case off, well, we're going to have to bend some plastic, which... Hey, so we can lock you back up. And let's start with a little higher up, shall we? So to start with, there are 4 screws on the iMac that hold the base on the back of the machine on. 2 of them are at the bottom and 2 of them are in the here. So this is where it gets uncomfortable. So I'm just going to do that gently. There we go. So our first 2 screws, they're here and here. Ignore these. We'll worry about those later if we need to. But these are our first 2 screws. So this cover also exists that if you want to add a monitor here, this is a VGA port. So you could add a second monitor, or if your CRT dies, if you want to keep using the machine, you can plug in a VGA monitor here with ease, which is a nice touch, I guess. Anyway, those 2 screws are out. Let's move on to the next ones. Down at the bottom of the case, we have our other 2 screws, the here and here. Again, look at this. This is our keyboard bar, and it still has the original plastic on it. Okay, cool. But for now, let's take these 2 screws out. And these are much shorter screws. I'll show you those in a minute now. And that is basically it. Now the cover should lift off. But before we do that, let's just check these screws. So just for the avoidance of doubt, these small screws go in the bottom, and these bigger screws, and they've got kind of a flat head on them, so you know they're supposed to be there. They go in at the top. So let's keep track of those and move on to the next step, which is taking the cover off, which I genuinely hate. 30-year-old plastic and time, not good. Okay, so here we go. I hate this bit. Oh, well, that's made it fairly easy. Now, it does want to unclip from the front, which is when you've tipped it forward, a bit difficult. So I'm just going to tip back a little this way. Hopefully, happy. Yeah. Well, that turned out easy, didn't it? Ah, I've been in here before. Hang on, I'll show you now. Hi, my name is Dory. PRAM battery changed 30th of the 10th, 2022. Ah, look at that when I was changing PRAM batteries rather than just leaving them out because they're bombs. Either way, cool. Let's do the next thing. Right, next job, we have to take this off, which is the EM shield. Now, it's not as bad as it looks, and they have these kind of small screws here, but just unscrew. There should be two there, and I think two at the top. Oh, and one on the side there, which I'll show you now in better detail. So let's go here. Yep, there's one either side here. So we got one this side and one, and I'm acting on the other side. Oops. Come on. Feels unhappy. Come on. I'll get the other one as well. Then we'll take the shield off. So time to remove the shield. I'm hoping it'll come off. Well, it's always a tiny bit here where it snags off the VGA, and that is our iMac, which is very nice. So we need to get here to take this section out. In the meantime, while I'm here, I'll just take a quick look and see if any caps look knackered. And actually, no, they all look good. No leakage. The board looks in good condition. Excellent. Right, to get the drive bay out, and we want to take the whole thing out just for ease of use. If I remember correctly, there is one screw here, and there's another screw down there, and the same the other side. So let's take those out and see how that gets on. All right, so as you can see now, our drive caddy is nice and loose. So I'm going to take the power out for this hard drive. Ow. Stop myself. Good. And I want to take out the IDE cable. Now, the best way to do this is just to release the RAM so I can get more access and just get in there and pull it away. And then it should just lift out. And that is the drive caddy. Now, let's take it over to the workbench and separate it up from there. Right. So where are we at? We are here. What we have to do is separate this up from the rest of the drive. So let's have a look. If I remember, let's take these off. Yeah, so let's start there. Let's get the old iFixit out. And let's see, we should be able to take out this one and this one, which let me just double check. Yeah. So it's these two. Should be in the slot there. And same on this side. There we go. And now, if I'm right, I'm hopeful, should just come out. So almost feels like something's stopping it there. I think actually it's got to, we have to push back. So let's just, so I think we have to push back and latches it there. That's just it. Let's disconnect that cable. Here we go. So I'm going to put a hard drive to one side. And we're going to look at this. This is our troublesome DVD drive. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some cleaner. Let's give that a quick whip down. There we go, that's better. Right, to get in, we have to take this off. So let's do that first. So here we go, take that out. Too big. So this is the control board for our DVD drive. So take that out. Two tiny little screws. There we go. Put those there. And that just pulls off. You can see there's not much to it. It's got an ID interface and then 3 tantalum caps. I'm going to pop that up there. Next up, we have to take these out. So let me just change bits on that. There you go. That frees it up from there. Interestingly, you see it gets expected to get warm. It's got a thermal pad on there. Interesting. And those nice arrows point forward to let us know which way to point. Let's take those, pop those there. Finally, we have 2 tiny little screws here and here. So let's get a good close up here. Yeah, so there. I don't think that bit's going to do it. A nice tiny one. And let's take that out. There we go there, that one. And disaster, this one's rounding. There we go. Oh, that's going to be fun putting that back in. There we go. Got it. After all that, we can finally, hopefully, open up our drive. So let's see. It should just release from the top. So there we go. One. There. And that's our drive. Now these things are a pain to work on. There is no two ways about it. They are a pain to work on. I just hit my head in that light and no one saw that, right? But yeah, so this is the main disk loading mechanism. It's usually fine. This is our thing, so when the disc goes in, that pushes down. What we're looking for is the belt, which I'm trying to remember where it is. I don't think it's these, so we have to take a few of these things out. So let's get a pair of tweezers. Right, so I've got my pair of tweezers and I'm just going to release this spring. One. And same this side. Just want to get this spring out. Way. And they just sit down there. And here is our belt. Now our belt actually looks okay, but I'm still going to swap it out. The reason I'm just doing that is I want to access these rubber rollers underneath here. So let's see. Remember how to do this. So let's take the drive out. There we are, the belt's gone. What we're looking to do is just free up this part of the mechanism there. There we go. And this is the other point where these drives suffer trouble. So these rollers, they are meant to be sticky, but over the years you add more in and they just get gummed up with dust and all kinds of bits of nonsense. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a bit of IPA and a cotton swab and I'm just going to gently curse, because that pencil is in my way, but I'm just going to gently wipe that rubber down, okay? So you see that it's making a nice little thing, and you can always look at this. You can see the dirt coming off it, yeah? Oh, good grief, they are filthy. Let's take a dry side and just up. Let's try some more. Yep, look at that. It's terrible. So we just want to make sure that eventually there's nothing left on there that's going to cause us any more issues. Let's try it a little. Because if these aren't gripping, the disc is a lot less likely to want to come out of there, that's for certain. So it's just starting to check now. Checking, still tiny bits of dirt there, but things are improving. Look at that. That's actually much better. Let's turn to the other side. Oh yeah, look, there we go. There we go. Let's rotate that around a bit. Yeah, that's not good. Let's get some fresh. And yeah, it's just literally all about this cleaning the rubber and just making sure that all the particulate matter is gone. Let's get a fresh swab and check it. Ah, that's already looking so much better. Perfect. Since we're here and we have a little extra, let's add some swab. And you can just see under here, if I take that off, there's a rubber disc here that is there to hold this. I'm just going to do the same thing and just take some IPA and just gently clean it. It's not, this one's not too bad, but you just want to just get the dust, dirt and debris out of the way. Lovely. That's so much better. There. Clean, neat, tidy. So I'm just going to take this and have a little left. Yeah, much better. Much better. So here, there are mounting points, and you just want to sort of tilt that in, and it'll drop back down. We need just a little, we need to just move this. There we go. And now all we've got to do is put the springs back on. To get the springs back on, like the last time, we just take up pliers, tweezers rather, and we just bring it up. And I'm sort of wishing I had my other glasses, but there we go, that's one. And here's the other one. There we are. That's it. That's the drive. Now, chances are it's not in the right place, so let's just double check what we're doing. Because what I want to make sure is that this turns that. And it does. Good. Let's reassemble this and then see how we get on. I won't bore you with the details, so I'm just going to put you in time lapse. Enjoy. All right, people, the machine is back together, and I will preface this now by saying sometimes this doesn't work and you may have to go back and sort out the alignment of the drive. If we're lucky, we'll find out. Let's at least check it turns on. Well, she's happy enough for that. And let's see if it'll take in the disc. Yeah, exactly what I thought might happen has happened. It's got itself out of alignment. It's easy to do, and as you can see, the disc just doesn't want to go in. Oh, wait. The disc does want to go in. Right, we'll wait for Mac OS 9.1 to load up. Although I wonder. No, I have to wait for the software, unfortunately. Oh, wait. It works, and if you did you see that? It works! Well, at this point, I was ready to celebrate. The machine was back together, and the disk drive is working perfectly, and it is. Sadly, the screen isn't anymore. During the last load of OS 9, it decided it had an unexpected error, and now whenever I start the machine, I get a black screen. Also, it swallowed my disk. Give it back. So, yes, the CD drive has been fixed, and I hope that was really instructional to you. My next job is working out why it's just fallen over and what the hell I can do about it, because the machine chimes perfectly fine. Let me show you. Come on. So machine's off. I'm gonna try and reboot the NVRAM, because I've tried the PRAM. We get a chime, but I don't think the keyboard's working. As you can see, this mouse, nothing. So something has decided to just die, and the machine is chiming, but that's as far as we get. That's annoying. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. I'm sure you did. Like, don't touch your vintage G3 iMacs. And I'll see you next time. My name has been Jessby. This has been my tech department. Cheers. Why? Why are you going to be like this? It was the PMU. I had to reset the PMU. Cheers.